Hello, continuation of our review 2 for Singapore Math 5. This is where we are in the textbook 5A. Review 2 starts on page 54 for the Common Core edition. I am on page 57. My friends, what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve only the odds. I'm going to solve the odds, and then we'll move to the next page. There's some interesting problems. So step 1. As always, reading comprehension is key when solving word problems. So we always keep in mind the 3 W's, what I call them the 3 W's of problem solving. Who, what, and why. My friends, these are reading comprehension questions. In order to understand the problem, you need to answer at least 3 W's, who, what, and why. Whether you go at your next big job or doing a big project at school, you should always be able to answer at least 3 simple questions. Let's read the problem and practice answering these questions. There are 2,000, number 19. There are 2,204 children at a school. Of them, 925 girls. How many more boys than girls? Let's go through 3 W's. Who is the problem talking about? Well, we know it's talking about children. What is the problem talking about? We know the problem is talking about not really a school, children that go to school. And what does the problem tell us about these children that go to school? They're boys and girls. Imagine that. They're boys and girls. So altogether, we have 2,204 children. Of them, 925 are girls. Let's make this. Which means, did the problem tell us how many boys? No, the problem didn't tell us how many boys. But does the problem ask you how many boys? No, the problem is asking how many more boys. So there must be a difference, of course. We have girls. Let's write it down. Let's make a little bar for the girls. 925 girls. Let's make a bar for the boys. Do we make same bar, longer bar, or shorter? We make longer bar because there will be more boys right here. This is your difference between boys and girls. And of course, the problem tells us that altogether there are 2,204 children. It's a two-step problem. Let me make some space. Two-step problem. I hope you realize, you agree with me, you're in 5th grade. Step 1. Let's find the number of boys. 2,204 minus 925. It gives us, let me look. It gives us, I believe it gives us 1,288. What did we just find? We found the number of boys. We found that there are 1,288 boys. Is the problem asking how many boys? No, the problem is asking how many more boys. Well, we now see there are more boys than girls. There are fewer girls than boys. How do we find the difference in mathematics? We do subtraction. 1,288 minus 925. Let's calculate the difference. 8 minus 5 is 3. 8 minus 2 is 6. 12 minus 9 gives us 300. This little difference, not such a little difference, 363 more boys. There are 363 more boys. My friends, I would like you to put your answer into a circle, box, oval. Make sure your teacher can see it clearly. Let's do number 21. Did you see? Here's the steps that I've done. Step 1. I found the missing number of boys. Step 2, I calculated the difference using subtraction. My friends, make sure you label your steps like I did, 1 and 2. You can create simple drawings for yourself to make it easier to understand the problem. Let's talk about number 21. Peter, John, and Dan shared 1,458 equally. Oh, that sounds good. Equally is good. Peter used part of his share to buy a bicycle and had $139 left. What was the cost of the bicycle? Let's start by answering the 3 W's of problem solving. Who is this problem talking about? Well, we have three characters. This problem has three characters. Let's put them down. P for Peter, J for John, and D for Dan. Notice I write only what is necessary. I only write the first initials. What is the problem talking about? The problem is talking about money. Very often these problems talk about money. What does the problem tell us about Peter, John, and Dan's money? They shared this much money, 1,458 equally. So let's give them equal quantities, same bars. They share them equally. What happened next? Let's make a movie in your head. Make a movie. Peter used part of his money to buy a bicycle. So he went to the store with his share and bought a bicycle. This is B for bicycle. B for bicycle. And after all his shopping, he had $139 left. $139 left. How much was the bicycle? Let's put a question mark in orange. How much was our bicycle? Well, I hope looking at the picture makes things much easier for you to understand what happened first. Step one. Let's find out how much money Peter had. They shared equally. Beautiful. 1,458 divided by 3. Oh my goodness. How do we do this difficult math? We just covered the topic of long division. 1,500 divided by 3 is 500. 1,458 divided by 3, oh friends, a little bit less than 500, 486. I hope you can do the long division. I hope you can do the long division. I'll save my time. So now we know that each of these characters got 486, $486. And then what did Peter do with his 486? He went shopping for a bicycle. And after that shopping, 486 minus 139, how much money did he spend? Of course, in order to find the bicycle cost, the missing part, we must subtract minus 139, and we know that the bicycle must have cost $347. Again, put your answer into a circle in the oval. 347. Let me highlight. The bicycle was 347. There were 383 more boys. Wonderful. Let's move on to problem 23. Let's continue thinking about our three W's. David is 18 pounds lighter than Pablo. Can we answer the first W or maybe even the first two? Who is the problem talking about? D for David, B for Pablo. Two characters. We write only what's necessary. What is the problem talking about? It's talking about pounds. How much does two people weigh? What does that mean? David and Pablo, we know total weight, I put this little bracket, they are 250 pounds. But do they weigh the same amount? That's not what the problem tells us. They say David is lighter than Pablo. That means Pablo is heavier. Pablo is heavier. David is lighter. Let's give David this bar. And do we draw the same bar, shorter bar, or longer bar for Pablo? David is lighter than Pablo. That means Pablo is heavier. What is the difference? Well, if one is lighter and the other one is heavier, the difference is 18 pounds. How do we solve such problems? I hope you remember this pattern. Step 1, subtract the difference, 250 minus 18. Subtract the difference. Make David and Pablo weigh the same. 250 minus 18, 250 minus 20 is 230, minus 18 is 232. Now, my friends, we found that David and Pablo together equally weigh 232. Step 2, 232 divide into 2 equal parts. We have 116. Find David's weight. Find David's weight. Did we find 116? Yes. 116 is David. This piece is 116 plus 18 would be Pablo. Let's write it down. 116 pounds is David's weight. Let's put our answer into a oval. Beautiful, beautiful. Number 25. I keep reading. The problem is about Aaron. Aaron saved twice as much as Roger. First question, can we answer who and what? Of course we can. Reading comprehension. Who is the problem talking about? The problem is talking about A for Aaron and R for Roger. Oh, but I'm not finished. Miss Natasha should keep reading. Aaron saved twice as much as Roger. Well, Roger saved that much. Did Aaron save the same? No, Aaron saved twice as much. 2 units for Aaron, 1 time, 2 times, right? And Roger saved only 1 time. Aaron saved twice as much money. Maria, oh, there is a third character, M for Maria. Let's give her an M. Maria saved 60 more than Roger. Well, if this is a Roger, but Maria saved 60 more, let's give her a little piece. Let's make it a little bit bigger, and let's label it 60. She saved 60 more. If they saved 600 altogether, 600 altogether, how much did Maria save? I put the question mark next to Maria. My friends, it's a very similar pattern to number 23. We have 3 characters now. We know the total. We know some differences. How do you solve this problem? Step 1, subtract the difference. Make them all equal. 600 minus 60 equals $540. My friends, $540 is how much? This is, and this, and this gives you $540. 1, 2, 3, 4 units. 4 units is $540. Let me write it down. 4 units equals 540. The question is always this, how much is inside each unit? Well, step 3, 540 divide by 4. Well, 40 divided by 4, is it 540? 600 minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Is 540 divisible by 4? Let's try. 540 divided by 4. Of course, it's 1 times 4. 14 divided by 4. Well, 12 divided by 4 is 3. It becomes 12. And 20 divided by 4, right? 20 divided by 4 is 5. Each unit is 135. Let's label it. 135, 135, 135, 135. Well, can we now find out how much Maria saved? Of course, look at how I label my steps. Step 4, 135 plus $60, that difference equals $195. That is Maria's savings. Maria saved $195. 4-step word problem. Let me highlight our steps. We had 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, and finally 4th step to find Maria's savings. Moving on to problem 27. Again, friends, I am on page number 57. Mr. Dunlop bought 40 boxes of grapefruit for $258. 40 boxes. Whoa, that's a lot of grapefruit. There were 24 grapefruits in each box. He threw away 15 rotten grapefruit and sold the rest at 3 for $1. How much money did he earn? We've seen this problem about rotten fruit. Let's go. What happened? Who, what, and why? The three W's. We're talking about Mr. D. What else? It's a who. What are we talking about? Grapefruit. What do we know about Mr. D's grapefruit? He bought 40 boxes. Let's start with at least a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dot, 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 dot. 40 boxes. And altogether, he paid for this $40, $258. 40 boxes, right? Each box had 24 grapefruits. 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, dot, 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 24. What happened? He threw away 15 rotten grapefruits. 15 rotten. He threw away 15 rotten grapefruits and sold the rest. My friends, many steps. Let's make a movie in our head and address it like a movie, step by step. What happened first? First, he went and shopped for 40 boxes. Altogether, 40 boxes at 24 each. 24 grapefruits in each, times 40 times. Well, 24 times 4 is 96. 24 times 40, 960 grapefruits he bought. Grapefruits. Bought, purchased, right? Multiple steps. He purchased 960 grapefruits. Step 2. What happened to 960 grapefruits? Let's make a movie. 960, we need to remove 15 rotten grapefruits. 15 were rotten equals 900. 60 minus 15, 45. Good grapefruits, right? Good fruits. What happened to those fruits? Let's make a movie. He sold them at 3 for $1. Imagine, here is the bag. Here is the bag. 3. Here is another bag of 3. Here is another bag of 3. And each of this bag was $1. $1, super cheap. $1. The question now is 945 good grapefruits were split into bags of 3. How many bags did Mr. D create? Step 3. 945 divide into 3 equal groups. Into groups of 3, I'm sorry. He created 315 bags. 315 of these bags, okay? 315 bags. What happened to those bags? He sold them for $1, which means he got $315 for $315 from all his sales. But he first spent 258 and then he got 315. Step 4. Let me label it right here. 315 minus 258, and that will tell us how much money he actually made his profit. 315 minus 258 gives us $57. He made $57. He earned $57. He spent $258 to buy the grapefruit. He threw out some rotten ones, packaged them into bags of 3. Each bag was $1. He generated $315, and therefore 57 is his profit, we call it. Profit. Very nice to have profit. Thank you for listening.